just in time to J.R. Perry's Love Drops on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. We have fabulous guests, exciting shows, and mind-blowing interviews. So keep it locked and show your spot here on the Love Drops at 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. We'll see you there.
The hottest radio station worldwide.
So hot.
22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio.
Yay, what's happening, everybody? This is your man, J.R. Perry, coming to you live here Wednesday. I got a good show today. I got Mr. E.K. Rogers. Hey, E.K., what's up with you, brother?
How you doing, my dear brother? How are you?
Oh, I'm not complaining, brother. It's good to hear you. I know you are on the East Coast. How's it going out there for you?
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a nice day today. The weather's breaking, and everything is pretty good.
That's great, man. I want to jump into some stuff, man. Tell my listeners who E.K. Rogers is. Let's talk about you.
I'm E.K. Rogers, actor, producer, MC, host. I promote, host my own shows. Member of Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame recipient, 2019 Tom Joyner Award.
Oh, wow.
Amongst a host of things. Public speaking, anything that has to do with the people, by the people, for the people, I am.
I know it, man, and I love everything about it. That's why I wanted you to come on and, chop it up and let my people know what you're doing. What you got going on right now? What's happening out there for you? Well, you in the New York area, right?
I am. I float between New York and Washington, D.C. Most of my shows are on the East Coast.
Okay.
Detroit, all through the South. We have who we have here, man? I haven't even had my schedule. Had a chance to look at my agenda. We got a big summer coming up. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one because some of the things aren't final yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got a movie coming out soon, and excited about that, and a lot of things going on.
So, what's the name of your show? This titled that you do.
Well, I'm part of the WPON out of Detroit, David Washington's 20 Grand. I'm a host on there as well.
Hey, the old legendary 20 Grand. Oh man. What you doing over in my town, Detroit? What you doing over there, man?
Well, remember, I've made Detroit has become my second home.
All right, man. That's what's up, man.
I made great friends there, and they taken me in and made me one of their own.
All right.
It's a great time. Because the thing about it, man, Detroit is that city, man, where folks in our age range have something to do.
What do you mean our age range? I'm not your age.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. If you're over 40, if you're in them nickels, brother, you know what I mean? If you're in the window, Jack, that window's small, you know what I mean? You're eventually going to get in that window. Between that 40 and 60. Between that 40 and 60 and above there, brother. You know what I mean?
Man.
But it's something to do in Detroit every night.
Yeah, man. I miss it, man.
All genres of music every night, man. I mean, places that we used to have in New York and D.C., we have no more because real estate has driven prices up. So venues, small venues like that no longer exist, but in Detroit, they still do.
Oh, yeah. Detroit ain't letting that go. You know what I'm saying? You got Baker's Lounge, that's still kicking. That's probably one of the oldest, little spots. You can hear some of the greatest jazz, some of the greatest musicians, and of course the legendary 20 Grand. That's been there like forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We frequent First Marketplace. What street is that on? First Marketplace. I can't think of the name of the street, but that's where it goes down.
Right.
I mean, big, huge venues there. Several rooms, the Aretha Franklin room, the main ballroom, white parties, everything.
Oh, wow.
Man, it goes down at Burt's.
Hey, where you said Burt's?
Yeah, Burt's.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear you. Yeah, it definitely go down, man. One thing about Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody be dressed to impress, and they go out and they do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know, like Chicago got stepping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we ballroom back there. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
you know, it's real classy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just fun. You know, I'm glad you know really hooked up with the home folks back there in Detroit.
Yeah, I've been doing Detroit since about 2015.
And, okay.
Several times a year now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You know you involved in a lot of different stuff, man. That's why I wanted to have you on, and you know, and let's talk about your acting. You know what I mean? How did you get into that?
Well, actually, I started acting 40 some odd years ago in school.
Okay.
And I kind of gotten away from it. You know, I came through the era with Tommy Davidson, Martin Lawrence, those guys. I went another direction. And after I got into radio and doing public speaking and doing those things, hosting shows and emceeing and sort of doing it in a comedic way, I started to get calls again to play this part, that part. So I started accepting the offers, and it kind of went from there. Yeah.
Wow. So basically, you was doing radio and slid right into acting, is what you're saying?
Absolutely, was doing radio, man, and
Why come nobody want me to act, man? I mean, I've been doing no, I'm just playing.
Just speaking, brother. There's a whole.
I'm just joking, man.
Role for everybody.
I act a fool every day, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's good, man. And another thing I like about you, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're a collector of Rolls Royces. I need a Rolls, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Not a problem, brother. Not a problem. They're rolling. You gotta have transportation. You know, you can't do it walking.
Yeah. I'm walking. I need that Rolls, baby, for real though.
Yeah, I developed this fetish for Rolls when I was a kid, man. I met this guy in Washington D.C. that had a right-hand drive. And his name was Paul Berry. He was the anchorman on the local news in Washington D.C. back in the 70s, and I used to see him coming up 16th Street. 16th Street was like the main artery of the who's who, where everybody lived. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Max Rocks, and some of the Redskins. I mean, everybody who was anybody lived on 16th Street in Washington, D.C. Gil Scott-Heron, some of the names that come to my mind. Yeah, and he pulled up in this Rolls Royce, man, right-hand drive, and I thought it was the coolest look, man. And until I acquired my first one, and it kind of went from there.
Yeah.
Expensive now. Expensive to me.
Oh, yeah. They definitely expensive.
You know what I mean? That's when I learned, you know what I mean? You can, it's not about how much you can afford to purchase the cars, how much you can afford to
keep it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I happen to have one of them things, man, and you know what? Every time I would pull up somewhere, $1,000. I'm like, man, I ain't even got out the car yet, man. He's like, yeah, 1,000, sir, just to pull up here. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But it's a good ride. It's an airplane engine, and it just floats when you're on the freeway. You can't even feel the doggone thing, man.
Yeah.
You'll do 100 and think you're doing 50. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had that big old 5,000-pound car. Yeah, that's something else, though, man.
Oh yeah.
But I enjoy the fact that you know a lot of people in the industry, and you've been doing your thing. I see in radio, and we talked about acting, and so what's the one that really makes you excited out of all the things that you do?
You know, when you grow up and you eventually find yourself in a business that you've always admired and enjoyed, meeting the people that you've admired and were a big fan of can be gratifying, and it can be dissatisfying sometimes. Sometimes you wish you hadn't met the person that you admired so much. And
why is that, bro? I mean, it was just a joy kill? It killed your joy because you thought...
no, they can can be so arrogant.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of that.
Absolutely, you can be disappointed, man. I mean, really, you know, I don't want to call this artist's name, but I was a big fan before I met you. I wish I hadn't met you. I'd still be a fan.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And then there's some who I've established friendships with.
That's great.
Some who I've become very close to, and we become very close to. I had the honor and privilege of getting to know Joe Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was really, really, I mean, really, man, that was really good, man. I really enjoyed. Joe's not an easy guy to get along with.
No, who did you say? Did you say Joe Jackson?
Michael Jackson's dad.
Oh yeah, Joe a mess. He was a mess. I mean, Joe's cool, but Joe's something else though. He was something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. I do miss him.
I mean, when I say he was something else, Joe was just real blunt. You know what I'm saying? He was.
Joe was Henri.
Yeah.
Joe, it had to be Joe's way or no way, and you know, I treat him. You know, you kind of like you're the matador and he's the bull. You know how to handle the matador. The matador knows how to handle the bull. You know what I mean? Get along. You can get with the bull and get along with the bull and do a good show with the bull. You know how to handle the bull. You know what I mean? Maneuver.
It's something else, man. Because I had a friend that worked for Joe. You know what I mean? And Joe was here. I'm in Vegas. Joe was he was living in Las Vegas at this time. You know, before he passed away. And so I was in the studio working on some music. And so my friend said, hey, let me call Joe. Joe don't live that far from here. So Joe comes pulling up. And, you know, I met Joe back. And so, I don't know, Joe was something else. I was behind the boards. He said, hey, JR. I'm like, yeah, Joe. I got girl group. I'm like, okay. And, you know, it's like some Filipino girls or whatever. I'm like, that's good, Joe. I'm glad. I'm happy. You can't do nothing. I ain't gonna have you do nothing with them, though. I'm like, okay. I mean, he kept looking at me. I like, bro, I don't want your girl group, okay?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
If you know him, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he was all right with me, though. You know, I would mess with Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Do you remember Hamilton Bohannon?
Oh, yeah, Bohannon, yeah.
Bohannon was probably my closest friend in the business.
Oh, really?
I don't think I could get any closer to anybody than as I was Bohannon. We talked every day.
Oh, wow.
Now, Bohannon taught me a lot about the business of the business. Because he's one of the few that had money. Because a lot of these artists don't have money. It's unfortunate. A lot of these, I won't call any names, but a lot of these famous artists are not financially independent. They have to working because they have to. Bohannon.
Why do you think that? Now that we're speaking on that,
my bad record. The industry is brutal.
It's corrupt, huh? I mean, they're just taking money and royalties and everything from people. That's terrible.
This is street business, brother. There is no government here. There's no PR. There's no HR department to report to. There are no rules to be broken. This is street game. Money up front. You know, you sign away your futures for right now money, things of that nature. But some are smart enough to. That's why I urge kids when I go into schools and different places to speak to youth, because every kid that approaches me wants to be in the business, and I urge them to get to know the business. Mm-hmm. You must know the business. You must know the business of the business. There is a business. There's a business. If you're fortunate enough to know the business, and you lack talent as an entertainer, you can really be in business as a representative, because someone has to understand these contracts.
Right.
Someone has to understand royalties. Someone has to understand owning the masters and so forth. There's so much opportunity behind the scenes if the kids will educate themselves.
Yeah, but the kids want to be rappers. They want, you know, singers and stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with none of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate, because not all are talented enough to do that. First thing. I tell kids, they must understand their gifts. They must discover their gifts and talents.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you discover your gift, you may have a mathematical gift. you have a gift of understanding, reading, and comprehension. And if you can read and comprehend these contracts, you go on to law school, qualify yourself. You represent you. There's a lot of opportunity for entertainment lawyers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think about the guy who represents LeBron James. He's not a lawyer. He understood the game. He learned the game. What's his name? Rich? What's the guy's name? Yeah, he can't think of his name right now. He's dating Adele. Anyway, I think they got married. I think he and Adele get married. I think they got married. But anyway, he learned the business. LeBron gave him an opportunity, and he took advantage. Comes off the streets in Ohio, Akron, sits in negotiates, sits in boardroom, and started learning the business. Now he represents other athletes.
Wow, that's good.
He's making millions, Jack. He's negotiating multi-million-dollar contracts and making millions for himself. And I find absolutely nothing wrong with that. I tell the kids, man, you have to understand the business.
I like how you putting it, because you're saying there's nothing wrong with the talent, but you need to understand the business part. You need to understand the contract parts. You know,
you need to understand that, or you'll be a broke, talented person, and because there come a time your hits will no longer be.
Yeah, there will come a time. Yes,
there will come a time. But and the flip side of that is that one hit record can make you a career forever, can feed your family for generations.
Oh yeah, because that's what it is. I mean, you gotta understand, people call them one-hit wonders, but what people don't understand is that one-hit wonder is still working, somewhere in this country or somewhere outside of this country, because that one hit can go a long way. You know what I mean?
One hit can take you to wonderland.
Yes, forever. Sir. And that's the reason why a lot of the people who come into the game, and a lot of them come in young, they don't know any better. They sign their deals, they get an advance money, and the advance money means a loan, and they don't know it.
That's the worst thing. That's the biggest mistake.
Yeah, but in other words, they coming from the hood, so they, they're looking at, well, hey, I can get my mom a house and this and that and the other, and I understand. But what you're saying, when they go in there, they need to have some knowledge of the game themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because what I've seen, and just being around, sometimes they'll get an attorney, right, and a famous attorney, right. But that attorney has been working with, let's say, these various record labels, right? So he has a relationship with them. So it's almost like double dipping in my, because basically you're new. Let's say it's me. I'm new in the game. So they're bringing me into one of these particular labels, which they already had relationships with and closed deals with. So they're going to be looking out, not really for me, but for the label, right? Because they're going to be coming back in there with another artist. So I tell people, learn about the things that you need to know about, and read, everything that you can read before you sign a deal. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because
the words in those contracts seems to go over people's heads, like rebukable waivers. If I said rebukable waivers, you wouldn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? That means you got to pay back. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people, you need to get you a dictionary and break it down. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times knowledge is king, you see? But if you don't know, then get someone that you trust and that has your back, because a lot of time they'll go in the yellow pages and they'll find an attorney, try to find someone who you have a relationship with, or somebody that have a relationship with that particular person, because they could infiltrate you. You know what I mean? And that's what I think happened to a lot of my colleagues in this music business, especially back in the day, because when you're young, you're excited, you know what I mean? Especially when they're telling you they're going to sign you for $500,000 or $1 million or $2 million. They don't really understand the science of where all that money's going. They don't get on. They don't know that they're the last one to get paid out of that budget. And they owe everybody. So, in other words, even the janitor gets paid before you. So I tell people, understand how this thing go, and there's other things. We're just creative people. We have a natural gift. But what we're missing is the education of contracts and negotiations and stuff like that. And that's what I like the fact that you tell young people that. So do you go around to schools and talk to these young?
Absolutely. I go around schools, different places of business, camps, churches, wherever they congregate. Wherever they are, I am. And try to spread the news, try to educate, inform. I strongly urge that people simply read it. There's no excuse today because we have access to information.
Right.
Like we never did before. There's no excuse today for not knowing. Ignorance will not give you a pass. You can educate yourself before you even talk to an attorney, so that by the time you sit down with an attorney, you'll know and understand what he's talking about. And you can even challenge him and tell him, no, I don't want to do it that way, because you understand a few certain things.
That's right.
Absolutely. And because he will explain things to you. By law, he has to do that, but you may not understand. And the next thing you know, you're signing. You know what I mean? And I hate when people take money up front. That's, like I said, that's nothing but a loan. And I understand you want mom to have a new house, new barn, all that, but that has to wait. And you have to get that the right way, or else I've seen some others have to come out of some houses.
Yeah, well, that happens. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen them go in and come out of, and have to come out of the same house. You know what I mean? Because they signed bad deals. And it's not what you have today; it's what you have Friday. Monday. Everybody has money on Friday.
Right.
But what do you have Monday?
Right.
Your Monday may come 10, 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the industry today, the music business today, you don't last that long. You don't get 10, 20 years.
So let me ask you now that you said the music business. What do you think about the music business? And just be honest with me on it. Well, sincerely.
Here's a sad thing. The way music is sold and distributed today is really sad.
And why do you say that?
The way music is sold. It's so downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
How are you making any money but selling your music the way it's being distributed? You're not going to the stores anymore buying hard copies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you can't really take account of inventory because there is no inventory.
Well, here's the thing. Your stuff is being recorded. Something comes out I record it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's why artists are having to work. They have to be on the road.
Well, some are doing well and some are not. You got to understand, you're only good as your last hit. You're only good as your last show.
Industry today is like a factory. They turn out a product, and then they move on to the next product.
Right.
And that product is the individual, is the talent himself. But once he's old, he's done. And he gets old real fast. I was watching today this young man that's charged with murder. David. He spells his name D4.
Mm-hmm.
VD. Yeah. Now, I don't know his numbers, what he was doing in the industry, how was his music selling, this and that and the other. But there's a fat chance his music will start to sell, though, even though he's, in prison.
And that's another thing, man. How come people's music sells after they're in drama or
controversial?
What is this, man?
That's always been. Elvis was worth more dead than he was alive.
Yeah, right.
Marvin Gaye worth more dead than he was alive.
Right, I understand.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So people like drama, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Dirt sells. Controversy sells.
Wow. I think when the reality shows came out and I think it started before the reality shows because you had the shock jocks. What's that guy's name? Can't remember this guy, curly head guy.
Stern?
What's his name?
Stern?
Yeah. Howard, was one of the first, I would say shock jocks, but he wasn't, he was just different. He wasn't like all in the dirt with it. You know what I mean? And then next thing I know, I started seeing these reality shows and these drama shows, and now it morphed into what it is now. You're more greater when you got some drama going, some chaos cracking, you know what I mean? But it wasn't always like that. I mean, because...
Well, in some ways it was. Let me think of someone who was controversial back in the day. They capitalized on. What's come to mind right now, but
I just don't remember it. I mean, please refresh it because
we didn't have access to.
Not like we do now. So there's probably a lot of stuff that was going on and we didn't know anything about. That's pretty much.
Everything's exposed now. When you walk out the door, you're on the camera.
I think in the earlier days when we would hear stuff like, with Teddy Pendergraft, that was shocking, to us because, Teddy was a crooner, right? And then you heard stuff about Eddie Murphy and, you know what I'm saying? Eddie was a star. We all loved Eddie, right?
Right.
And still do, you know what I'm saying? But but the thing is that they always try to take negative is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dirt sells, that's what they want.
And I really don't like that because at the end of the day, all that does is fuel a lot of negative energy in society.
Well, here's the thing. There was a guy that used to say, all publicity is good publicity.
Right.
There was one guy, I don't recall his name, I used to do business with him, very famous guy. He used to say, it's better to be ostracized, rebuked, and scorned than to be ignored.
Well, I'd rather be ignored, bro, because at the end of the day,
If you ignore it, you won't get paid.
That's okay. I'll figure it out. Because one thing about people, you know what I mean, we figure things out. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Here's the deal. And here's the deal also, brother. I will drop Denzel's name because he made a good point. He said, when you pray for the rain, you have to prepare for the mud. So when you're successful, there's going to come negativity about you. You have to be willing to deal with that. I've watched so many famous people go through the trials of the penalty for being famous. It's a two-edged sword. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, now they're compensated for their pain and anguish. You know what I mean?
So, in other words, they had to go through a humiliation ritual in order to get paid?
Well, you got to go to humiliation once you get there. Absolutely.
That's terrible.
Being famous is not easy.
Yeah.
I know some people will tell you they would give money back to have privacy again. Absolutely. Not to go through the humiliation and the turmoil and all the things that they go through as being famous. It's really a tough life.
Yeah, it is. I know a lot of people are going through a lot. Man, I love talking to you. I'm going to go to a break, and I'm going to be right back with you, okay? We're going to chop it back up.
Right here.
All right, baby boy.
Join the Love Drops movement as a sponsor of the J.R. Perry Love Drops radio show and connect your business or brand with an international community dedicated to spreading love and making a real impact. J.R. Perry is drip-dropping love all over the world, and your brand can be part of the message. To learn more about the benefits of becoming a sponsor, email jrperry3@yahoo.com or visit cyphertheory.net/lovedropradio. The J.R. Perry Love Drops radio show, where love lands and the world listens.
Yeah, man, we're back, man. Look, yeah, you know, you chopping on some real heavy stuff, man. I know you know a lot of famous people and going through a lot of stuff. And so, you know, I can see why you're talking to the kids.
Yeah. It's an interesting life. It's a fun life. It's a life where there's something different every day. And it's always what's yet to come, good or bad.
That's right.
Positive or negative. You have to be willing to deal with it. You know what I mean? I chose it. It didn't choose me. I chose it. If it told me, I accepted it. If it invited me, I accepted the invitation. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't think of anything more I would enjoy. I tell people you must find that which you would do for free. I tell kids, when I go into schools and talk to kids on career days and things of that nature, I said, don't choose a career because of the money, about the money that you'll be making or you assume to be making. That's the wrong career to choose. That's the wrong way to choose a career path, because you'll find yourself doing something that you just don't enjoy doing. You'll be doing it, you'll be hating money. I love Monday morning. Monday is my favorite day of the week because I enjoy doing what I do. And there is no Monday. There is no day that I hate. You know what I mean? Every day is Friday and Saturday. Every day is the weekend. You know what I mean? Because I chose. Now, it wasn't always this way when I was doing other things that were just for a check. You know what I mean? But once one discovers his gift, he'll never have to work. He'll never have to worry about money. Money comes looking for you.
That's right, brother.
The world wants your gift. They want what you possess. The world don't give a damn about you. They want your gift. If your tooth is hurting in the middle of the night, you want to see the dentist.
Right.
You don't care where he went to school. You don't care if he gets along with his wife. You don't care if he's a good father or not. If he can stop your tooth from hurting, you want him. Absolutely.
No, you don't want him. You need him. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you though. It becomes a priority. You know what I'm saying?
I strongly urge kids to find what your gift. Find that what you are gifted. That what you would do for absolutely free. Bill Gates didn't go into computers for money. It was his gift. Michael Jordan played basketball for a long time for free. Gift. Muhammad Ali, gift. The Jacksons. Once Joe, I can't say enough about Joe. If not for Joe, there wouldn't have been the Jackson 5.
Well, we all know that. We know Joe definitely, I mean, he was a little tough. But hey, little bit, you know, that's what parents do. But, you know, look what he did, you know what I mean, at the end of the day.
I would accept every bit of that discipline that he imposed upon, that he bestowed upon his children.
Yes.
Because it made them who they became.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think? What do you think? Matter of fact, we speaking on that. What do you think about this new movie that's coming out?
I'm hearing great reviews on it. I didn't have any interest in it until a few days ago. Last couple of weeks, I've been hearing a lot of.
Yeah, I hear his nephew has got him on the money. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hearing.
I'm excited to see it now.
And I heard he done it for free. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't been to a movie theater in years. I think.
Oh man, it's time to go, huh? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and check it out. You know what I mean? Because you gotta understand. From what I can hear, this young man sounds just like his uncle. He's got his whole mannerisms and everything. You know what I mean? That's unique. You know,
I think he inherited. I think now go back to what I was saying earlier about gifts. I think this young man is just gifted. Jackson.
Yeah.
And I know Joe used to say all the time, the Jacksons have talent. He used to say that even about his grandchildren.
Oh yeah. The whole family.
Yeah,
even Joe, you know, because he started off as a guitar player. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it goes in his bloodline. You know, before him. You know, so it's just a thing that was just meant to be, and it's kind of crazy because I know that people may not know how the Jacksons were discovered. You know what I mean? They think Diana Ross, but
no, it wasn't Diana Ross.
Tell people who it was then.
It was Bobby Taylor.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
and a lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean?
No, Barry Gordy used Diana Ross for marketing. That was a marketing type of thing. It
Right.
was not Diana Ross.
Right.
It was Bobby Taylor, yeah.
And the next thing you know, boom, here comes the Jackson 5. But, you know, they went through some things, you know. I mean, you got to understand.
Sure.
They went through that chitlin circuit, and, you know, Joe had them out there in strip clubs and everything.
Absolutely.
Joe was tired of being in Gary, baby, and, you know, all that metal working. He was like, I ain't doing this no more, you know.
Have you ever been to Gary, Indiana?
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Oh, yeah.
All right, then. Well, you can tell your audience what it looks like. And
Well, this is like Chirac. I mean, you know, it's you know, but you know, this parts of Detroit don't look that well either. So
I was going to say that.
Well, I'm going to say it.
You can say it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, because you got to go back there.
And I admit that. Yeah, I admit that part because the good outweighs the bad.
Well, you know, it's an element of everything. It's the freak and the fact, you know.
I'm very careful when I'm in Detroit.
Yeah, you have to be, bro. You have to be. At certain times, you probably just want to just chill, you know.
Well, I met my friends. My friends live out in Southfield. So
okay. Well, that's fine. That's where my family is in Southfield. But even there, you know, it's not the same Southfield. Okay, I just want folks to know, but it's still Southfield. And once you cross 8 Mile, going what's that? West, I forgot which direction Southfield is to Detroit, but they divided by 8 Mile, and then you got Woodward. You know what I'm saying?
Woodward,
yeah. Those are big main drags, you know. But but the thing is about Detroit got mansions. They don't talk about that. How about that part?
Oh, some of the most beautiful structures I've seen, man. I mean, I visited the Motown Mansion, man.
Mm-hmm. No, but that was just a regular house.
Yeah,
that was but it looks like a mansion. Compared to other places, right? That's just a regular house. But you know, I know you would go up, you know, like Boston, you know, the Boston area. Yes, you know, that's where you got them big old homes, you know, like Barry Gordy had, you know, with he had a bowling alley in the basement, and so
I was talking about Barry Gordy's house. I'm not talking about the museum.
The house. The house. Off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, you know, that's why a lot of people came into Detroit and started buying up property, especially in the downtown area and the east side area. But it's a beautiful city, man, at the end of the day, man. And, you know, and it's beautiful people that come from Detroit. That's why everybody know about Detroit. You see what I'm saying?
I enjoy visiting Detroit every year, man. I mean, every couple times a year. I think if I had my choice of where I would live, it would probably be Grosse Pointe. That's the
east side suburbs. That's where your girl, what's her name, Anita Baker, and all them.
Did you live in Grosse Pointe?
Yeah. She lived in Grosse Pointe, and that's where the old Italian family. They over there in the Grosse Pointe area. You know what I'm saying? Southfield is a mix. It's kind of diverse culture over there, but you starting to see more of us over in the Southfield. But I like Bloomsville. You know,
Is that right?
Yeah. I was looking at a house in West Bloomsville before I just gave up on Detroit. Not because it was just too cold. I was just tired. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I haven't experienced the cold there yet. I'm always there in summertime.
Oh no, you ain't. You seeing now? You dealing with humidity and mosquitoes. You need. You know
I haven't experienced the winter.
Yeah, see,
I keep saying I want to. I keep. I've been invited to, but I just haven't been there in the middle of the winter.
Oh no, you gotta try winter, man. Just try it out, man. And, you know, you come from New York. I tell people, New York, can't beat the cold of Detroit because it's like
That's what I understand.
no, y'all good over there. Detroit, you know, it's sitting on round water, right? You know what I mean? It's really like an island, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And it really trips people out because a lot of people really never been to Detroit. They heard about Detroit, but they never really been to Detroit. They know about Motown. They know about Ford, Chrysler, GM, this and that and the other. But you know, Canada, you know, is like right, you know, you could just right across the water. I mean, you could see it. I had a place. It was like a penthouse, and I could see Canada. You know, I could literally see people washing their dishes. Okay, you know, that's just how close Canada and Detroit is. You know, and it's sort of like now the part of New York that's close to Canada and Detroit, that's Buffalo. And that's the Antarctic. You see what I'm saying? Buffalo, Canada, and Detroit, I would say is probably mighty cold places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been there where we had snow on the ground, my man, in May. Okay.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You know, Detroit is very unpredictable. Very unpredictable weather. You know, you could be sunny and nice, and you know, because everybody like to keep their cars shining in Detroit. You feel me? And yeah, that's one thing about Detroit. You know, some may have some raggedy houses, but their cars is on point. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because everybody got somebody who works at some factory. You know what I'm saying? They got the what they call the A plan, and the family members. You know, they get the vehicles at the at the dealer's price. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why you see people ride nice, dress nice. You know, it's a place of perseverance. You know, if you ain't got that together, then you might get ran out. Okay, I'll put it like this: if your shoes ain't right, you ain't getting none tonight. That's all I can tell you.
Is that the saying? Is that how it goes?
No, that's how it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, them sisters there, you know, they be on fleek, you know, hair be on, nails be on, and they just sitting on the porch. You know, yeah, people just dressed for whatever reason, you know, but that's just the culture of that place, you know what I'm saying? And you know Detroit is French, right?
It's French?
Yeah, the word Detroit is a French word. The French discovered Detroit. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, when the colonizers came, you know, they all picked a place, right? Yeah, over in where you are, the Britain had that.
Right.
Over in Detroit, you got France, and then the French, I should say. And in Louisiana, you had French. You see what I'm saying? So different parts of America, the Europeans claimed different parts. So so the word Detroit is a French word. You know,
I see.
Yeah, so that's why you got a lot of Creole-looking women up in there. Ain't you noticed?
Okay.
Ain't you noticed?
I noticed.
I'm talking about them light-skinned girls look like they've been drinking that Michigan water, and that body be like, bam! You know, ain't going nowhere. They just gorgeous. Yeah. I got to give it to Detroit. Detroit got the most beautiful sisters in America. That's all I can tell you. Yes, indeed. But not knocking the other place. But Detroit is 94% Negro. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it'll scare the average person because they haven't seen that many. I'm not going to call us no continents. I'll just call us melanated. I ain't going to say African American. That's a continent. Those are that's not a nationality, right? So, but in Detroit, you know, it's fun. Like you said, you know, they have a really good time. They party well, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people act up a little bit, but not as much, you know. It was the murder capital of the world until Chicago and all those other places took the, the flag. But nevertheless, I love it. Good people, good food. You know what I mean? And that's what I miss. I miss the people and I miss the food. I don't miss the weather, though. That's something I'm good with. Because I'm here to tell you, snowing up along. See, everybody want to live out in Southfield and all that place, right? When you got them big old long driveways, right? Mm-hmm. That ain't nothing nice, bruh.
I got you.
Yeah, because guess who got to shovel it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because guess what? In the suburbs, the city they don't plow you. You know, so like they only plow in the city. So when you live in Southfield or any place in Oakland County, you on your own, playboy. You know, you got to shovel your sidewalk, or you know, the sidewalk is the city, right? But the city says, well, if anybody slips and fall in front of your house, you're sued. And
that's right.
Yeah, so it is a mess, especially when it's ice and water. You know, it's a mess. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't even get your key into your door. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, man, Detroit is a beautiful place, man. I tell people, just be careful. That's all. Just know where to go, and you know, mind your business. And as long as you mind your business, people are good with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me say this, man. I wanna spin music. I wanna still talk to you. Can you hold on for me, brother? Yeah, because I love talking with you. Just hold on.
Been so good. There's nothing I won't do for you. You make my heart feel good, baby. You drive me crazy. No one can touch the way you love me so much. You make me feel real good. And I wanna thank you, baby. I wanna thank you for being there when everyone loved me. I wanna thank you, baby, 'cause you understood me when times were rough and things got tough. You were there. You made love so good. You made me feel real good. And I love you. I wanna thank you, baby, for all you've done for me. I wanna thank you, girl, every single day. I wanna thank you, baby, for being so kind. I wanna thank you, girl, for being mine.
Into my special guest, Mr. E.K. Rogers. What's going on, Mr. Rogers? You still with me?
How's everything, brother? I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Man, look, we having a good time chopping it up, talking about some good things, man. What you want to tell my people, man? Because I'm going to be closing a little bit, but you know, you got another 5-6 minutes. Tell them anything you want to tell them. If you're selling anything.
I tell it to the old, I tell it to the hot, I tell it to the cold. Don't want no lying, don't want no crime, don't want small, don't want no signifying. I suggest that everybody, don't let your age suffocate your dream.
That's right. That's right.
It's never too late.
That's right, brother. Ain't never too late, man.
So put your hand over your chest. If your heart is beating, feel for your heartbeat. If your heart is beating, it's not too late.
Oh yeah, that means you're still alive and kicking, baby. And anything that you can conceive, you can achieve it. You just got to figure it out. It's all about strategizing, brother. And it's good to know that people like yourself is out here working with the kids. That's the part I like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think I didn't have. I had a lot of advice growing up, but the one advice that I did not get was how to set goals, and the most important thing is to manage your time.
That's right.
Give account for every minute of the day.
That's right. Now the thing is,
manage your time in months, not years.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people don't look at that because see, time is all you have, and time is value, and some people say time is money, but your time you can never get that back. So I tell
don't worry about money. You never have to focus. If you manage your time, set your goals, money will follow you. Money will come in its place. Don't worry about money.
That's right. Because when you worry, for one, you done set up a curse on yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
It's a sin. It's wrong to work for money.
Right.
You're not supposed to work for money. You're supposed to work to provide service using your gift.
That's right. In other words, I like what you say because I say that to people. Horn into your skill, your gift.
Absolutely, your gift.
Because that is monetizing. If you want.
Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this clearly. I want to clearly. Your dad's gift may not be your gift.
Right.
I'll give you an example. Your mother's gift may not be your gift. Your brother's gift may not be your gift. And what I mean by that, Michael Jordan doesn't have a son that plays ball.
Right.
Muhammad Ali didn't have a son that ball. Nor Sugar Ray Leonard, nor Louis Armstrong. They had to find their own gifts. You have to find your own talent. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has a gift. It's your place, responsibility to find it and refine it. Make it better. Become good at it. And the world will come looking for you. Just that simple.
Man, I tell you, brother, you like a real scholar because you're telling the truth about the situation, and you've been out here doing it. So that's why I wanted you on. I'd been calling, trying to catch up with you, and we finally got a chance to really get here and chop it up, man. I'm just so proud to hear some of the good things that you have said to my listeners. And how can people look you up? You got a website or?
EK Rogers follow me on Facebook. EK Rogers. If you want to send me an email, at 7 Rolls Royces. The number 7. Rolls Royces.
That's my. Wait, hold up, man. Why you guys say that's my number? What are you doing? 7, yeah. So I need your Rolls Royces. You don't need those 7 Rolls Royces. No, I'm just playing.
7 days in a week. 7 days in a week, and you can't ride around here the same thing every day. You got to have a different Rolls in your case. Absolutely.
I heard you, man. I ain't mad at none of that, man. That's what I like, because you check out. You're a man of value, man of honor, scholar. You know what I'm saying? And then most of all, you show love and respect to the women and children, and I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And speaking about women, what do you think about the women today?
I love women. I love women. I have a problem with the women today.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
I have no problem with the women today.
Okay.
Yesterday or tomorrow.
Okay. I just want to be sure that everything was all right. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been without one.
No doubt, man. Hey, man, when next time you going back to Detroit?
Well, it'll be May. I think it's the weekend of May 18th. I'll be there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's nice in May, man.
Absolutely.
But it could be cold.
It'll be at burst.
It could, but I don't expect that. It's spring. And I love the spring. I love the spring in Detroit. The fall and the spring, I can do that.
Yeah.
Summer and winter, no.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
How do you like the summers? You be coming in there in the summers. I mean, I know you're used to the humidity.
You know what about the summer in Detroit makes it interesting compared to the East Coast?
What's that?
it doesn't get dark until almost feel like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that sun just stays up. You know what I'm saying?
And I found myself getting sleepy. I said, man, what's wrong with me? I'm getting tired.
Something like 8:30. You know what I mean?
It was 9:30, man. The sun was still, it hadn't even set. You know?
Wow. Hey, man, look. I'm loving what we're doing. We're going to do this again. Tell him E.K. Rogers at Facebook. Y'all check him out. Very interesting brother. You know, he might sell you one of them doggone Rolls Royces he been collecting. I don't know. But, but hey, man. Hey.
Hit me up, folks. We can do some things. I have something for everybody.
All right. I'm loving it, man. And we'll be talking, and I'll be back next Wednesday. This is your man, J.R. Perry, Love Drops, and you know how we do it.
For 20 years, the beacon's been a light across the Vegas airwaves, burning bright. More than static, more than just a name. This institution set the whole town aflame. Built on a promise, forging soulful heat, delivering compassion, bittersweet. They call it the love drop, essential and profound. The realest, deepest music to be found. We flip the script on what you thought you knew, searching for the grooves that always push right through. Hear the drop, feel the magnetic sway, chasing all your troubles clean away. And smooth, firm tone, the low battle tide, where melody and meaning can collide. Perry's world, a sound you can't refute. The deep drop frequency, Monday blues diffuse. Oh, it's a blissful sonic slow meltdown, the sweetest music legacy in town. We deal in songs that clearly had in wings, the sound that elevates the soul and sings. A sublime universe unfolds inside your ear, releasing every single doubt and fear. Tantalizing overtones and subtle sexy shades, the kind of texture that was custom made. But listen close, it's not just velvet dreams. We touch the topic flowing in the streams of community, the pressing vital core, then pour the groove and make you beg for more. Pure, uncompromised, diverse and steady strong. You always know exactly where you belong. You know that rumble deep inside your chest, the voice that puts all others to the test. Mr. Perry speaks in gravity, just shift command and presence, built on timeless gifts. He reaches down inside the mind and soul, taking back control, making listeners whole. Don't miss the moment, don't ignore the sound. 4 to 5 p.m. where real music's found. Tune in, exclusively live stream, your weekly dose of that ethereal dream. Hear the drop, feel the magnetic sway, chasing all your troubles clean away. That smooth, firm tone, the low barrel tide, where melody and meaning can collide. This is J.R. Perry's world, a sound you can't refute. The deep drop frequency, Monday blues diffuse. Oh, it's a blissful sonic slow meltdown, the sweetest music legacy in town. Yeah, the love drops fall every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Let that battle resonate deep. Ooh, that smooth sound. J.R. Perry.
The mission of the Las Vegas chapter of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame is simple but powerful: to bring you quality live entertainment events and uplifting fundraising projects, all while accelerating unity in our community, inspiring action, and making a lasting impact right here in Las Vegas. If you'd like to become a member or learn more about our upcoming events and initiatives, contact J.R. Perry, Vice President of the Las Vegas chapter of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, at jrperry3@yahoo.com.